Mr. Sunshine Episode 8 Review. Love didn't stop, and neither did Joseon. Have you ever stood between the person you love and the world you feel responsible for? Episode 8 of Mr. Sunshine tells the story of people facing that very question, caught between growing affection and growing duty, between the desire to protect one person and the responsibility to stand for an entire country. This episode burns slowly, quietly, but deeply. It's about choices and the weight they carry when hearts are involved. One of the most striking moments in this episode is when Go A-shin turns to Eugene Choi and asks, "What will you choose now? Whose side will you stand on?" She doesn't ask out of jealousy or suspicion. She asks out of necessity. Because the time for observation has ended. Now, every step means something. And Eugene, he doesn't answer directly. But the truth is slowly becoming clear. His heart is already on a side, the side she stands on. A-shin is shaken, too. She tries to hide it. She's proud, disciplined, determined. But her feelings for Eugene have grown too large to tuck away neatly. She doesn't want to rely on him. She doesn't want to soften. But every time his eyes linger on her, her heart responds. And that scares her, not because she fears him, but because she fears what it might cost. Another powerful thread in this episode is the return of Ji Dong-mei's quiet devotion. He starts to show more, not with words but with presence. He's still afraid. Still convinced he's not worthy. Still haunted by a past that stains his every thought. But even so, he edges closer. Just enough to shield her. Never enough to disturb her. He doesn't want to be seen. He only wants to make sure she never falls. At the same time, Hina walks her own tightrope. She's composed, elegant, and calculating, but not heartless. She watches Eugene. She assesses A-shin. She balances power, desire, and survival. Hina is the most realistic character in the drama, never fully vulnerable, but never fully closed. Her choices are cautious. Her emotions are hidden behind masks. But occasionally, we catch a glimpse of her loneliness. This episode also marks a subtle shift in Eugene's role. He is no longer just an observer. He's beginning to act. He steps into the conflicts of Joseon not as an outsider, but as someone whose heart is now invested. He left this land long ago. But now, he's finding a reason to stay. Not for the country, but for one person within it. And that, in its own way, is a form of coming home. One of the most emotionally resonant scenes comes when A-shin finally realizes just how much Eugene has been protecting her. He never says "I love you." But she sees it, in the way he stands near, without asking for anything. In the way he listens. In the way he lets her go, even when he wants her to stay. Her gaze softens. Not with surrender, but with a quiet vow to carry this love with grace, even if she never speaks it aloud. Mr. Sunshine Episode 8 is built from unspoken confessions. No one says what they truly feel, but they act on it. Eugene chooses to stay, Dong-mei chooses to protect, A-shin chooses to resist, even as her heart wavers. And Hina chooses to watch, hoping someone, someday, will turn to her. This episode asks us, what must love protect? And what must it let go of? There are no clear answers. Only quiet decisions. Only hearts making promises, without words. And maybe that's what makes this episode so powerful. In a time of war and upheaval, love becomes a language of gestures. A glance. A pause. A step closer, or a step away. It's not about saying "I love you." It's about staying. Even when staying is difficult. If this episode moved you, if you, too, have ever loved in silence, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's meet again, where the next chapter quietly unfolds. Thank you for watching.